Hello, hello,
Good
hello,
evening.
everybody.
Hey,
Hello,
Merry
hello.
Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Nick's in a blizzard.
Bah humbug.
Yeah.
Y'all all saying it, so I had to go.
I'm still
What was
sharing
this?
this out.
Yeah, I'm sharing out too. So
What are you doing, Tom?
I'm trying to clear the frost off his lens.
Oh,
off
Hey,
my
Sean.
the frost off. Oh, my frost. Okay.
Except my screen is backwards too. Yeah, there.
no,
Okay.
you have to go. You have to play with it a second. Go. Okay.
Yeah, I
Him
know.
over there. Him up there.
I gotcha.
It's easy to point from up or down below, but like when it's like two different directions, it's kind of confusing.
Two different what?
Two different ways, directions.
Making sure that's what you said.
What? I don't know what you were thinking, but okay.
What we were talking about backstage with Tom's shirt.
Okay. No, it's not a bra.
Nope.
Ho, ho, ho.
Oh man.
It's my Santa shirt, and I'm wearing my jingle bells on the bottom.
At least it's
Um,
I didn't say it this time.
Neither did I.
nobody in the audience gets scared. We will not be playing Jingle Bells tonight.
I am innocent on that conversation for 2 seconds of it.
Yeah, well,
Oh
you
my
see,
God.
sometimes. Okay.
we got to get Nick to laugh right at the beginning.
Oh God.
See, John's
Don't
going to
even
be singing
start.
like
That's gonna
Jingle Bell
kill me
Rock.
tonight.
Well, the
Hey,
best
that's my favorite Christmas song.
he has to mute himself.
I
Oh,
used to actually could play that on the organ, but
well, you don't want to play my bells on your organ.
no, you keep your bells off my organ.
Just keep the bells below the screen.
It's Nick's favorite song, he said.
Yeah, it is. It actually is. It's been so since childhood.
No, Sean, Jill's on. I don't have it pulled up to see who else watching.
Jill.
Hey, Jill.
We've got 5 viewers or 4 viewers on right now. Sometimes it takes a little bit to build up before things actually get going. But at the same time, we are 4 days away from Christmas, so people
That's
are
true.
busy right now.
Yeah, wouldn't be the least bit surprised.
Y'all, this is the first year of my life I have not decorated for Christmas. Like, we don't even have a Christmas tree up.
You didn't even decorate?
Baby, I have no room to put a tree up yet.
You don't even have like something
have-
Nightmare Before Christmas related? Shame.
Oh, yeah.
Shame.
No, we still have boxes. I mean, because yes, we've been here for 21 days now, but I've been, went a weekend out of town. I had conference. It's just been boom, 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 boom.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. I got one of those.
I know. I think I gave it to you, didn't
Yeah,
I?
I think you did. Yeah, you gave me one with Jack and Sally on it.
Yeah.
But even tonight, I didn't get home till about 6:40, 6:45, something like that. So I hadn't had time to really unpack.
I just decorated like 5 minutes before the show started.
When you move,
Okay.
packing is a very, very hard thing to do. I lived here for 6 years, and there were still a bunch of boxes unpacked, and I didn't get a chance to unpack until I got home from the hospital, and that's when I started unpacking everything.
Well, it's like we moved from a 4-bedroom that we had lived in for 12 years to basically a 5-bedroom with with 2 bonus rooms.
Wow.
So then, and the full attic. So then we just moved to a 3-bedroom. So now we're just trying to figure out where to put everything.
It's tough. It's really tough.
That's the job right there, figuring out where.
Well, luckily these ceilings are taller, so I'm actually going up with stuff, like putting shelves on the wall and making things go up. And
So does this mean we're not going to see you in a closet anymore like you used to?
well, I've got that section set up for over there, but the problem is there's boxes all over it because I'm waiting for the plumbers. I'm getting a new bathtub insert and getting new shower heads and all. Well, the plumber got COVID, so that held him off, and I'm like, that's one thing. I'll do a lot of stuff myself, but I am not going to deal with plumbing.
He's Nikki Snowflake.
All right, now I now have us on TikTok.
All right, hi TikTok.
Oh, wait, we are on. TikTok?
On my channel.
On your channel. I was about to say, like, didn't know anything about that. I know we expanded to Instagram, but I didn't think we were on TikTok yet.
No, I still need another 220 some followers on the Things Network TikTok.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah, but this is actually the first time podcast wise that I've gone live on TikTok. So, and also this is the first episode of Supernatural Talk that we are on Instagram.
That's correct.
The only problem is, and I found this out the hard way Tuesday, that when
both of us did,
you can only be on for an hour at a time. And also, when it comes to Instagram, after we go live here, I have to press go live on the Instagram website. So I don't think it's going to work out very well for Instagram.
Yeah, you can also stream to TikTok, Joe.
So what happens if the show runs about 10 minutes long? Does it just cut off or what?
It cuts off on Instagram.
Yeah, after an hour.
Yeah,
because we kind of demonstrated that obviously with Fear Fans Don's show, and that's when, because since I'm under the same account with Jeremy, we both got the notification that the broadcast, for Instagram had stopped because 1 hour had passed.
Yeah. Jill, just look it up right now. Things Network on Instagram.
Now, if you can you start it back up on that second hour?
I haven't tried that, but I can try it. I'll try it tonight.
I just noticed, Eileen, you still got your cat. I can see the cat's ears.
Say hey. Say hey, Ziva. Yeah. Say hey, Ziva.
Yeah, kitty.
She's not happy. They changed her meds, and her meds don't taste like salmon anymore. Say hey.
Right. Usually she's running right over here on my cat.
Is that the one that ran off when we were talking about Robert the doll?
Yeah.
I remember that. Yep.
That was funny.
I still watch anytime I'm looking for a laugh. Sometimes I'll just go back and look at that clip.
Yeah, this one's like,
oh my!
When do you have time, Nick?
Huh?
When do you have time?
Time for what?
To play back stuff.
When I'm working, like if I'm listening to something funny.
Oh. Okay.
What I was gonna say though was that reaction with your cat. I thought, you know what? That would be great for like a horror film trailer or something like that.
He keep talking about you. But yeah, she's the queen bee, but boy, she's needy. Like if she doesn't get her way, she's mean.
Is she also territorial?
Oh yeah. And there's 2 other cats and a dog. Yeah.
She doesn't like the other pets being there.
Oh, she loves. Well, we keep them in our bedroom right now because we're still trying to acclimate with the dog. But yeah, she loves the other 2 cats. She'll sit there and lick on, but when she's done, she's done.
I saw a video today or yesterday, but somebody posted a video about a guy that was introducing a cat that he had just gotten, and he was starting to talk about how sweet she is and how loving she was. He did not get a chance to finish that sentence when she went full on ballistic.
I was there doing this to her one day, just petting her. In one moment, she just I was like, but she'll look and she'll realize she does it to me or Michael, and she's like, "Oh, hold on," because she knows But now my kids, she's
What's going on, Anton?
she'll attack if she feels the need to.
All right, let's see.
Jill makes a good point. Yeah, that night we were talking late. That Tuesday night, Jeremy, what Jill just brought up. And that was. Well, it wasn't even just that. Even after when you left, Jill and I were still talking at least for another hour and a half afterwards, and I was ready to call it a night. But
your problem.
I know. I'm just telling. No, yeah. I know. I'm just telling you that's what happened after you left.
Yeah, I had to go to bed because for the previous 2 weeks, I had actually gotten myself to where I was in bed right before midnight. Okay? I was in bed right before midnight.
That's me.
That did not happen on Tuesday night, Nicholas.
It didn't happen to me either.
When do you ever go to bed before midnight?
Yes. But don't forget,
I've actually been going to bed. I've been going to bed about 9 o'clock and been waking up at 4. So I think I'm gonna start going to work out. I've got 2 award galas next month, and the dresses did not quite fit like I wanted them to. So I'm gonna start going to work out probably 4 in the morning before work.
See, don't forget, I'm also on vacation too, so that's why I'm not in a rush of getting to sleep. But yeah, I'm gonna start doing that.
Well, you're finally on vacation now.
Didn't I tell you on Tuesday?
You might have it. A lot has happened since Tuesday.
Well, I'm on vacation starting tomorrow, and I don't go back until the 9th of January.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's a nice one.
Lost Nick.
I don't know. He must have pushed the wrong button again.
He froze at first.
Oh, okay. There he is.
Jill and Sean, I've got stairs for my cats to get on my bed because my bed's pretty tall up. So, yeah, they work very well. I got cat hair in my nose.
I just watched the video how to trim your cat claws, that they don't like it. They actually pretended they're the mother and bite their mane and pick them up and then cut their nails. Yeah, and they say it works great.
I remember seeing a long time ago that some people cut out a little board and they put 4 holes in it and they stick their paws to it and they do it that way.
Oh no, they'll go nuts.
Yeah, my cat wouldn't.
My cat will go nuts.
See, it's not a problem, obviously, and you know this, Tom. I mean, my cat Slinky, I mean, she's declawed, so she doesn't have to go through that training. But the other cat we got, the one who always hides all the time, she will want nothing to do with trimming because she likes her little sharp claws.
Oh, I bet.
They're sharp. I mean, they've been cut pretty deep at times from them.
Was Slinky already declawed when you got him?
Yeah, it was obvious someone had owned her previously and then lost her. So yeah, she was declawed by whoever that was that previously had her. We never found her previous owner.
Wow.
Never even knew who it was.
I was going to say that's basically amputation when they do declaws.
Well, a lot they're usually quite mean after when you take their claws away, but Slinky, I mean,
if somebody cut off my fingers, I would probably be mean too.
Well, know, right? Slinky, I mean, she is friendly, but she's still a mean cat.
Yeah,
Tom knows.
She bites you, man.
She bites you.
You want a mean cat? Get that one that Jenny had on that one show that she had with Chantel.
Oh my gosh! Yeah, with Chantel. Oh, I have never forgotten those loud yowls that cat was making. She was mad.
She was not happy that day.
That was not the sound of a scared cat. That was the sound of an angry one.
It was. Yeah, yes.
Yeah.
So that tells me already if ever going to Jenny's house, I already know which cat not to try to pick up.
Mm. Well, cats don't like to be picked up all the time.
Oh, you haven't met mine.
I was
Oh,
gonna
yeah.
say, well, we
I have
just saw
one of
one.
them that literally will lay on its back. And they say cat, you're not supposed to, but this cat will lay on its back and you will hold it like a baby.
Hmm. Yeah. Well, mine gets like that at times too.
Well, Slinky, the only time that she's ever nice with me is that like when I'm actually in bed, for the night, and sometimes I'll end up waking up, and I actually feel like at first that I'm suffering sleep paralysis or something like that, and only for me to look down, and sometimes Slinky, she'll be sleeping literally right on my chest, like right up to my neck area.
Well,
I used to,
I
I
do
used
have
to have
cats. Since your cat's name is Slinky, do you ever hold it and then just kind of?
See, I know some people have heard of this story, like why she's called. Yeah, that was not actually our choice, because my brother took her in, and the reason why she's called Slinky is because when she's
uh-oh. His
uh-oh.
blizzard got a hold of him.
okay. So, anyways, like when she stretches, it's like her body becomes really long in a sense, and and she bends too. It's almost like that of a slinky almost. So that's when my brother decided to call her Slinky.
Yeah, she stretches real wide. Then you watch the two little feet go.
Yeah.
I'm singing the song in my head.
Now.
Now, I had a cat named Nakier, and my
Nakier?
youngest son had it. We got it when my youngest son was 5 because my cat had come up missing, which I just found out what was it last year? What happened to my cat? But anyways, so he Nakier used to stand in the door jamb, like the top of a door jamb, and wait for you to walk in and jump on you. And then one
Oh,
time
yeah.
stairs, we lived in a townhouse. She would stand at the top of the stairs, and my son would try to go up the stairs, and she would chase him back down the stairs. It was mean. Well, she was mean.
They're just playing.
Real quick, did you find us on Instagram yet?
Yeah, because I was actually wondering that too. She found it.
Yeah. Because I know on Tuesday we ended up getting 2 viewers on Instagram.
Oh, really?
Yeah, on here it'll actually show me who pops on to view us, whether or not they comment.
Uh-huh.
And one of them was Ninja. He was
Ninja.
one. Yeah, Scott.
Yeah, Scott.
Yeah, he was one of them, and then someone else did. I can't remember who it was, but I remember Scott was one of them.
Sure, I gotta say, because when you were mentioning earlier that you're not sure if Instagram's gonna fully work out, well, if that doesn't work, there's always the possibilities we once said a very long time ago. There's MySpace.
Yeah, I'm not going to go that route.
Or go on X.
Truth and honest. Okay, somebody actually just popped on Instagram. It's called Fully Jaded. Just
Fully
popped
Jaded.
Is that Jay or Jill?
That might be Jill. Yeah.
Officially jaded. Officially jaded.
Yeah, she did say she found it, so it has to be her.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it is her. Yep.
Yeah, it's her.
Awesome. So
what's everybody's plans for Christmas?
Jill was asking that question.
I am just going to be making enchiladas for me, Dad, and Angelia. We're going to be opening presents. There were 4 gifts for Angelia. One of them actually came from Brad. And,
Wow.
And and for Dad, if I get everything, he's going to have 3 gifts. One of them I'm waiting on to come in through the mail, and I am questioning whether if I'm going to get it by Saturday or not. Because everything has been real delayed lately.
Yeah.
It happens a lot of times though when you get certain Christmas gifts. Unfortunately, reality. I mean, there's just times that sometimes you're just not going to be able to get it on time. But hey, in the end, even after when Christmas Day passes, it's still the Christmas season. So Christmas is not necessarily over after December 25th.
After
Someone
December 25th,
It is. It is for me.
December 5th is the last day of Christmas. That's
Adrian has to work
Yeah.
overtime until the first of the year.
yeah.
I only have to worry.
I do have a Snapchat, Instagram, TikTok, but yeah,
You never go on it.
No MySpace.
yeah. I do. I think they finally shut my MySpace down.
Can you
Oh, my
imagine?
God.
I
I
don't
tried
know.
to find them one time on the show.
Imagine if you were actually able to, like, if we were actually able to broadcast on Snapchat. But I think if that was even an attempt to do that, whoever's watching would probably only see like a minute of footage. Because like Snapchat doesn't let you film like no more than like a minute, 2 minutes of footage.
Yeah.
I have no
Now, Jill, if you do send me something on Instagram, there's 2 profiles, but one of them, no, it's one of when I was a little beady baby about this big. And
Mhm.
You're
me and my
24.
daddy. That was just like 21 years ago, 22 years ago. So
I have a Snapchat, but I haven't been on it in over a year. When I got my new phone and I started updating everything and putting everything on that new phone, I downloaded Snapchat because I had it on the old phone and I couldn't remember the password, so I just uninstalled it and haven't bothered with it since.
No, you still have an account though.
Yeah, I still have an account, but I can't remember the password.
Oh, you just recover it.
Eh.
You can always just click. There's always that option, which is forget password. You can always just make a new password.
Well,
Yeah.
there is, but with Snapchat, Snapchat's not important.
Yeah. I actually did, believe it or not. I do have a Snapchat now, but account now, but I'm not sure how often I'm going to be really using it. I was actually using it I got it for somebody else, but I don't know if I'm going to be really using it very often.
Isn't
Oh,
Snapchat where they send you a picture and then it disappears shortly after they send it to you?
I
Yeah,
like
it's
it.
like a picture and video.
I like
Yeah.
it just for the. I mean, I don't chat with anybody on it or anything like that. I like it just for the filters.
Well,
the funny thing about Snapchat was if you're sending stuff back and forward with somebody, you would get this number behind you, and I had some friends that were in the thousands, and it's based off of how many days in a row you do messaging with people
Streaks.
on it. And I had a lot of friends who were in the thousands, and I looked at mine. I'm like, I've got 3 on mine. I've got 5 on mine.
Yeah.
That's how
Wow.
I used it.
Yeah, it's Jill just like broad. We need a ghost page app, like a social media app just for paranormal people. Make that.
well,
Did you do
yeah.
that? I don't have the skills to create an app like that. So I would have to farm that out to somebody who has the capability to make it.
Mhm.
I thought, it's funny because we were just talking about this the other night, Jeremy. Like when I brought up about Parapost, doesn't Parapost have like their own app too? Because if that's the case, you could always reach out to someone like Brian. They could probably make an app like that, for Things Network.
I have no idea.
I'm just guessing. I don't know if they do have some. I thought I heard a long time ago. I thought I heard they had something like that, but I could be wrong.
Then we can go on PayPal and have people send donations. And
See that's the issue that I have. I am not the kind of person who likes asking people for money so that I can be able to make something or I can be able to do something. If I can't finance it myself, I'm not going to do it.
I just got a theory. How about I not ask any of y'all for money? Y'all just send me
You
money if you want
just
to.
Just send it. Yes.
You know,
Send
I'll give
money.
you about, you know.
Send money to Eileen so she can get the identical cup that I got.
I like mine better now. Thank you.
Well,
You know,
that's
speaking of that, I'm surprised you didn't have that out with you on Tuesday when we did the show.
I was not even thinking that because, like I said, I was coming back home from a Christmas party that I was at, so it wasn't even on my mind.
Yeah, they went to a party at the Home Alone house.
I got a new
No,
cup.
it was at the Home Alone house, but it was with the Passages group that I was with, but funny enough, they were showing Home Alone, but I actually ended up sitting in other parts of the library because I've seen that movie so many times, and I know there's a lot of people who like it, but when you see it so many times, like, and not just
Nightmare
like,
Before Christmas.
no. Difference is with Nightmare Before Christmas, I show that once a year. Home Alone is probably shown more often than NBC is. And when you see it more than once in like just a small matter of time, you get tired of it very quickly. I mean, there was a few years ago, I went to a couple Christmas parties and they all played that. I could not go to a Christmas party without seeing or hearing that movie being played. I just don't find it funny anymore.
Well, lucky you. You go to all these Christmas parties. I sit home all the time.
This was a couple years back.
Oh, no more invites, huh?
Tom,
Can you see my new cup I just got for Christmas?
parties.
My company just got us new cups.
Wow. You got to
That
do
looks
more
cool.
work for them now.
I've been with them 23 years.
Wow.
Oh, check this out. See if Jill's son can help later. He's in CART now for web development. They have a class section for game development too, but he's still learning.
Good. That'd be good.
I think that's what my nephew went to school for. I don't know.
Everything lately. Have you noticed that?
What?
She volunteers for everything lately. Like
She does.
she volunteered to be one of my editors now for my stories.
You know, and I did well. She's volunteered for almost everything except for one thing because I tried offering her I wanted to be a narrator for the audiobooks, and she said she didn't want to. So
she's working on my stories.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah. Well, I only bought one Christmas gift because I bought one Christmas gift and I got into a car accident. So it wound up costing me $500 because I wanted to put it in to have it repaired before the holiday. So I'm broke. So no one's getting Christmas presents from me this year.
You had a wreck?
I had a car wreck again. Yeah, a lady ran a red light. Lady ran a red light and I caught it right when she ran the red light and I stopped, but she just came so close to my car, she clipped the driver's side front.
Wow.
So Merry Christmas to her for me.
Wow.
So I just got a bit. I just got it back the other day. I had to borrow $500 from my parents to pay for the deductible because the insurance said if I wanted to put it in, I got to put it in and pay the deductible. Then they're going to go ahead and put it on her insurance and see if I can get my deductible back. And then I give it back to my parents and said, Merry Christmas.
Is this the same car from last year?
Yeah, the same card, the other end.
Same one.
Hey, before I only need one more side of my car to get hit, and I'll have a whole new body work on it.
I don't think that's something I'd be wishing for.
I wouldn't either. I mean, I would have. Jokefully, I would say, please pray for that car to be hit one more time. But I'm thinking, you know what? That's probably not the right thing to say. I would not wish that either.
Yeah.
It's almost like having one of those cards where you get a little hole punched into it every time you get it.
Yeah.
Okay, one more, then I get a free one.
A free accident, yes.
A free accident. Fries on the side. Free drinks, fries on the side even.
Did y'all see Sean's comment? He got a light push on his back at his house, got cold, didn't feel right. Really got scared, talked to my pastor about it, and he said a prayer for me. So
Wow.
what do you think it might have been, Sean, or do you have any clue? I haven't been on any investigations really. This move has just really drained us,
Wow.
mentally, and I'm not going to be in the right headspace to investigate.
Last one I went on was the one that Brad and Kelly invited me to. That was over a month ago.
I've got one in February. I'm going to go with Spirit Guys. I think we're going to go in February.
Yeah. Can we say anything about the one we're going on? Nick?
Oh, the residential one. I don't know if we can, right, Jeremy?
I would just say that you have a residential in Wisconsin. That's
Yeah.
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 Yeah, and Joe and I have been doing our research on it, and it's obviously a very active area. I mean, there's a lot of and not just on the building itself, but it's even the surrounding woods.
Well, I didn't get to go on that live feed because of the fact that I was sleeping. I went and laid down and I missed the live feed. But you were saying that she seemed pretty terrified, huh?
Joe was saying that too, because he actually was the one who took the phone call.
Oh, I gotcha.
I was going to, but then he took it first. So that means like when we get over there, because Jeremy sent me the list of questions, I'll be doing the questioning when we get there.
Okay.
Yeah, it was just me, Nick, and Joe on that on that conference.
It wasn't actually recorded, so it was just a backstage conference.
Yeah, they seem legit though, right?
According to what Joe said, when he was on the phone with her, she sounded really frightened. And this woman also has 4 kids, so she's also concerned too for the safety of her kids.
Okay, no attachments for us though, huh?
I think it's best, obviously, we have some kind of blessing or sage with us before or do some type of saging before and after we leave. Because with what I found in that area, it's like I said, there is so much, and the woods are actually connected to, and this is a public, well, it's several miles away, but it is a public area. Joe revealed that's where Kettle Moraine State Park is located, and that's actually where
Nick, that you need to worry about is not worry.
Not the state. No, not the state park. Just saying that's where the woods are connected to.
No. What I'm trying to say is that you don't want to sage anything until you know what you're dealing with.
Right.
Because if you sage a certain way and it's something other than what you think it is, you're just going to piss it off.
Well, that's true. Yeah. I mean, I'm basically just I guess I meant for the best safety precautions, like once we do know what we're dealing with.
Yeah, and you may not know until after you've already left or maybe even been there 2 or 3 times.
I was going to say, I was actually just talking with, I think it was Joe. Even I said at some point, saying there's a possibility we might be there. We're probably going to be going back to this location more than once because they're probably going to need us back.
Yes.
Okay.
Hey, Kate. Kate's here.
Hello.
Hey, Kate.
Hi, Kate.
Hey, Sean, how close are you to your brother?
Oh, yeah.
Rick.
I bet.
Here, I just want to get back to what Sean was saying here. Noah's dad has come for a visit his previous dog, but it felt evil.
Yeah, I've seen a picture of his dad in a picture. So yeah, that was pretty wicked.
Well, I think we're going to be safe because it's in Wisconsin. They don't come back to Illinois.
No one goes to Illinois.
Hey, don't even start, Eileen.
Illinois.
Here's what I'm going to do, because this is what I did with the 3 J's, all right? Because this will help you out a lot. There you go. Oh, wait a minute. I just sent it to all the destinations. Whoops.
Oh.
There you go. There you go, Eileen.
Okay.
Will not. Is that what it said?
Oh, come on, Kate.
Thank you, Kate. Thank you, Kate. We're now besties here. We're besties now. Don't even know it. We're besties.
Well,
Illinois.
yeah, see, even Tom's saying it correctly. It's not ill-quiet.
If they're expecting us at 7:00 at night, we're probably going to have to find a place to stay up there.
It's kind of hard to say because I haven't really looked way further. In fact, I already put out. Oh my God, no! You got that from that video, didn't you, Jeremy?
Huh?
You must have got that when I was showing you guys those clips of the Jays saying Illinois.
I think that's where I did get it.
Yeah, because Jay said something like that along the lines of that.
There's a lot of people that pronounce it all different ways.
I do it just to annoy Nick.
Well, you can kind of say now the Jays are doing that now to annoy me. And these guys are from damn Ohio, for God's sakes.
Well, think of it. Just be glad that they don't do it the way they do it in California when they say, "Oh yeah, we're from Cali," so you can always say you're from Illy.
Yeah.
Don't give Jill any ideas because she lives in California.
There you go, Jill. Go for
Yeah.
Yeah. No. Illinois, yeah, trying to drive through Chicago is very Illinoisan.
It is annoying. Hey, I'll vouch for that one.
and that's just driving on 80, where I'm technically not going through Chicago, but it's Chicago traffic.
You're on the outskirts of the city at that point, so it's still Chicago.
Well, Nick and vouch. I take Route 30 all the time.
Yeah,
I never go the toll road anymore. I don't go to the toll road anymore.
They're not to be trusted.
Well, I mean, what is it? $10 to cross the Skyway Bridge now?
Yeah, it is. It's like $10 now.
$10 toll just to cross a bridge.
Nope.
And that's before you even get on the Indiana toll road.
I know. It's nuts.
No, you're.
Go ahead, Tom. Go ahead.
That one, Kate.
We always took Route 30 to Fort Wayne. We took Route 30 to Ohio. It's our go-to route anymore.
Yeah, that's also where we see a lot of the Crazy Kaplan's fireworks billboards.
Well, that's where they are. They're on Route 30. Yeah.
Crazy Kaplan's.
30 is not a bad highway to drive on anyway.
No, it's good.
Right back. I gotta go refill my water.
It's a lot better for P breaks because there's a lot more places to stop.
Jeez, everyone's really wondering where Adrian is. The third.
That's because Virginia is the most popular person on the show.
Yeah.
So, Katie, Arkansas is in a league on its own. What does she mean by that?
Arkansas?
Oh yeah. What am I saying? You know what? Even the J said the same thing. They were saying Arkansas.
One thing you got to remember is that certain regions of the country have their own ways of pronunciation. They have their own patterns of speech. So
yeah.
it makes sense. Arkansas, it's down there in the South. Arkansas has their own way of saying stuff, just like Kentucky has its own way of saying stuff, just like Mississippi has its own way of saying stuff.
Alabama
and Maryland.
Well, even you know what? And they actually said this in the movie 1776. Virginia. No, Virginia. Using
Virginia.
Yeah.
and to think Virginia and West Virginia used to all be one state.
They did until West Virginia broke off. It was like, I think it was like 1796, I believe.
No, it was after that.
No. It was somewhere in the no. It was a little bit earlier than that. I think it was the 1780s actually.
Uh,
God. Oh wait. No, you're right. No, you're right. It was definitely after. It was during the Civil War. Sorry.
Yeah.
I was thinking of the towns because some of the towns, like Point Pleasant, for example, date back to the late 1700s.
I wanted to say in Civil War, but I wasn't positive that it was during the Civil War. But yep, it was during the Civil War.
Oh, what's up, Joe?
Hello.
Joe.
This Murica crap come from?
Yeah, what the hell, Kate?
Every time, and I get it, but every time something horrendously stupid happens in the country, somebody comments Murica.
Well, Kate
Man.
just did.
Yeah, that bugs me to no end. It really does.
Well, here's the real question, though. Which Murica are you referring to? Because if you think about it, there's North America, Central America, and South America.
South America.
What do you think? What do you think?
Kate's only learning, as she said.
Well, she's a writer. She got to know.
To be fair, yes, she is learning. She is not native from this country, which in many respects, Kate, you're lucky.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I wish I could say the same. Jill.
Actually, Kate, I may need to lean on you for some information and some advice because I want to write a story that is based in England, and I'm going to need to make sure that I get certain details and specifics right on that one. So I might be leaning on you about that sometime in the near future. Not right away, but sometime in the near future, sometime next year.
Don't you mean Ugland?
He was like, right this second.
Oh, geez, Kate. Thank goodness for peeps like you in the U.S.
No. You don't want to count on us.
Now, what part of Arkansas are you in, Kate?
She's not in
'Cause I'm not-
Arkansas.
Oh,
She lives close. She lives closer to me. She's like an hour away from me in Naperville, which
Oh.
is still Chicago.
oh, never mind.
Oh, here you go, Jeremy. Here's Kate's response to that. What you were asking for.
What she was talking about is with Arkansas, how they pronounce it, but yet it's spelled completely different, and why
Oh, yeah.
it's not more like how Kansas is.
Yeah.
Arkansas. Yeah.
Sorry, guys. I was hungry.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. I'm still waiting to meet you, Kate.
Yeah. Come on over.
I told you this, Tom, before, but I actually invited her for our holiday Christmas party, but unfortunately, she and her family they had another Christmas party that they were attending, so they weren't able to make. But that would have been not only just mine, but your first time meeting her in person as well.
Yeah.
You know what? I just thought of this because this is something I think Kate would enjoy. You know where we need to get her out to so that way she can meet you too, Jeremy? Crown Point Jail in Indiana.
That would be an excellent place to go.
Yeah.
Then she gets to meet Anna.
Yeah,
Ooh.
that's right. Yeah, so many parties. That's right.
Okay,
Bring Lucy.
Arkansas. The name Arkansas is actually a derivative from a French term. Let's see.
It would be Kate. It would be she said it would be her first investigation. Yeah.
You investigated before?
See, I thought she already. I would think at least her first investigation with us, like as the crew. I don't know if she's investigated previously.
Well, I'll tell you what. If she's never investigated before, then there really would not be a better place than Crown Point.
Yeah.
No, I'd agree. On a warmer day.
I can't tell you when we went, Jeremy, remember when we went to Crown Point like in January or whatever it was, like a year ago?
It's been over a year since we've been.
That was freezing that night.
Actually, last time I was at Crown Point, July of last year. I think it was in July, and I tried to make it a point to go there once every year, but with so many variables for me this year, I didn't really want to schedule anything. Except for maybe just a handful of stuff. And that's what I kept it at, just a handful of stuff for like the utmost important stuff. And I would have loved to have gone to Crown Point, but I just couldn't really take that chance.
Because I remember we were supposed to go originally, I think, sometime this year, but we weren't able to, so we were hoping.
I did message Sandy about it. And I was telling her, yeah, I'm sorry I'm not able to come out this year. But she fully understood. But I do want to go out there sometime in 2024, probably April.
In April, I figured. So Kate had said here, I've studied occultology, parapsychology, and psychology, but never investigated. She only has the theories. That would be great to have. Like you said, Jeremy, that would be fantastic if we were able to get her to Crown Point for her first ever investigation.
Yeah, we'll get her out there to the jail, and also I would like to take her out to the cemetery where Anna is buried.
Yeah.
Tim, Crystal, and I were able to find. Well, Crystal was the one who found it. She was the one who found where Anna's buried, and we were actually going to try and experiment that night. But that night it got down to.
Oh my God! I was there that night. Yeah, we were supposed to go.
It was so cold, and if I remember right, I think it was also really windy too.
It was. It's like the darker it got, the windier it got, and it was even below my limit when it comes to cold weather. I mean, it had to have been well over like 10 or 15 degrees. It was freezing that night.
That's all the lake effect stuff.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, and this was my first time investigating when I had my accident.
Yeah.
So it would not have really have been a good idea for me to go out there because for the experiment that I wanted to try, I wanted to be at the cemetery for it. But so I think I'll send Sandy a message, see if maybe I can get us in there like towards the end of April.
Yeah, that would be great if we're able to.
That's like when we were in Alton. It was like when we were in Alton, and then we discovered the cemetery, and we found that one guy's grave, and now everybody wants to go check out. Yeah, everybody wants to go check out his grave now. And I still don't think he could fit in that little plot.
Well, they had to make like a 8, 9 foot burial hole for him when they buried him.
Yeah, so he has to be buried in the spot before the headstone, and then under the headstone and behind the headstone.
Yeah,
because it's only like about 6 foot from the road.
Well, that doesn't mean that he may not have been cremated, because I know that they bury cremations.
That could be too.
I don't remember ever hearing that he was cremated because when he during his funeral, it required, because like most funerals, when they have to carry the casket, it requires 6 pallbearers. But for Robert Wadlow, that was double that. He had to have 12 pallbearers. He was like 800 pounds because of his giant size.
Yeah.
Wow.
Like I said, that plot that he's buried in, you could tell that they either had to went into the road or behind the headstone
Yeah.
because it wasn't that far from the road.
No, excuse me. Actually, I just looked it up. No, I take that back of how much he weighed when they brought his coffin. He actually weighed over 1,000 pounds because he was
Wow.
because he was
That's a big boy.
because he suffered giantism. So his coffin
Mhm.
actually measured 10'9" by 2 feet, 2 feet by 8 wide by 2 feet 6 inches deep and weighed over 1,000 pounds. So he was pretty much
Two
about that
feet
same
deep?
weight too. It was a heavy.
Only 2 feet deep? It's got to be more than
It
that.
was actually. I was
2 meters.
Actually, I was. No, actually, I correct myself. He was. I said. I take back what I said. He was 439 pounds.
That's
That's
still
still a big guy, though.
who?
That's when you die, you lose all your fluids.
Yeah.
Who?
Well, that was. Let's see. Robert Wadlow. He is the world's. He's still to this day the world's tallest person. He suffered giantism. Yeah, he lived in Alton, Illinois, and he was also known as like the Giant of Illinois, the Alton Giants. And even though he was really famous, sadly though, because of his condition, he died very young. He was only 22 years old when he passed away. Yeah,
Foot 7.
he was. By the time he passed away, he was 8'11".
8'11".
Wow.
Yeah, almost 9 feet tall. And
I don't want his food bill.
see the actual death of how it all occurred. It said that on July 4th of July of 1940, during a professional appearance at the Manistee National Forest Festival, a faulty brace irritated his ankle, leading to infection. He was treated with a blood transfusion and surgery, but his condition worsened due to an autoimmune disease. Sadly, he died in his sleep on July 15th at the age of 22. And he's buried at Oakwood Cemetery, which is the one that Tom and I went to in Alton.
Yeah.
Oh, I got a cat fight. Hold on 1 second.
Yeah, it's similar to Jonas. Someone else who suffers giantism, Andre the Giant.
Yeah, Andre did, and he actually had the opportunity to have that surgically fixed, but he never did. So the last several years of his life, he was in constant pain, constant discomfort. He every time he flew, he had to sit in 2 seats. All the cars that he ever sat in were more like Matchbox cars for him. And he never complained about it. That's the one thing all the other wrestlers have said, that you could tell that he was in a lot of pain, but he never complained one word about it. And it became evident in the wrestling matches how much pain he was in. Look at him at WrestleMania 3. And then when you look at him at WrestleMania 6, which was his last big match, 3 years before he died, it just got too bad for him.
Yeah.
He died at the age of 46, I think. And yes, Paul Wright also had it, but he did have the surgery to have that particular gland removed at the age in like the early 20s, I think it was. But yeah, Paul White also had that same condition.
See, for those that don't know who Robert Wadlow is, I got a picture of him actually. He's still to this day, again, still holds the record of being the world's tallest person. This was him when he was alive. And so you can clearly tell that's him. And the guy on the right, that's his dad. So you can see quite a height difference. And
big dude.
And just like what you just said, Jeremy, about like with Andre the Giant, that he was in constant pain. That was the same thing too with Robert Wadlow. In the last few years of his life, as big as he was, his legs were really giving out a lot. He was in a lot of pain. You saw it. He had to start walking around with a cane.
What it is that even when they have the giantism, that does not mean that their bones are going to be able to support it.
No,
Right.
because obviously it puts a lot of stress with the amount of weight that's on him.
Yes.
Well, look at that. When you sat in his chair, you almost looked like a dwarf in that chair.
Yeah, he sat in they had to make certain seats, clothes, things like certain things for him to sit in. And just like you said, he had issues with, like, for example, we just said about Andre the Giant, where he had to sit in 2 seats. Robert, in this case, because of his intense height, there were times that when he had to get into a car, like literally half his body would have to like stick out of the window so he could sit out.
And think, this guy was almost 2 feet tall, was a foot and a half taller than Andre the Giant.
Yeah, he was.
Hmm.
And Robert's giantism began really not long after birth. Like, to give a couple examples, like when he was born, it was a normal height and weight. Then within a year, when he began to walk at 11 months, he was 3.5 feet, and weighed 40 pounds. Then we fast forward to, like, say, at 5 years. At 5 years of age, attending kindergarten, Wadlow then was 5'6.5" tall. He wore clothes that would fit a 17-year-old boy. And I'll read 2 more because these are the most interesting ones. When he was 8, he was 6 foot, 169 pounds, which was.
Hold on, Nick.
That blizzard's getting them every time.
I think so.
Wait, what?
I think that background is probably taking up all your memory.
Yeah.
I didn't even know
Try-
I was frozen because I was reading.
Yeah, well,
No,
we didn't
we
hear
weren't
anything.
listening.
You started turning into robot voice.
Oh,
Yeah.
robot voice. What?
Yeah.
Take the snow off in the background and see if you improve.
I don't know if that's going to really make much of a difference, but see if I can.
I'm surprised.
But yeah,
Oh,
What, Tom?
Now we can actually see you.
Yeah.
Nick's got a face.
But yeah, it says there's a lot of. He really grew, though. I mean, he's even still considered to this day the world's tallest Boy Scout as well.
Wow.
By the time he was 13, he was 7'4". He wore size 19 shoes at only 13 years old. He was 7'4", 270 pounds. So his giantism didn't seem to ever have any end to it whatsoever, even right before he passed.
I remember seeing a video not too long ago where there's this kid that's about 7 feet tall. He was a freshman in high school, and there was a video of him playing basketball on the basketball team. And you can tell just by the way that he moves that he is not very comfortable in his predicament. As tall as he is,
He's not comfortable in his own skin.
it's like when he does his little jog like everybody else does, going from one side of the court to the other. For him, it's almost like a waddle.
It can take its toll on you.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
See, in the previous, because I just looked up, because even though like Wadlow is still considered the tallest person, the previous person before him was a guy by the name of John Rogan. He stood, what did it say? He stood 8'9", and he lived a little bit longer. He lived to the age of 38. He lived down in Tennessee, and actually, I got a photo of him now. This was John Rogan when he was alive. But unlike the case with some of these other people who suffered giantism, because his rapid growth began at the age of 13, and it led to ankylosis. By 1882, he could not stand or walk. He actually had to use like almost like a wheelchair, almost being pulled by goats. So,
Wow.
Yeah, well, because he couldn't walk. He didn't have any. He needed some way to try to move, and he had to use goats to go around. And in spite of popularity, he declined all offers to join like freak shows or circuses. But he was known for his deep voice and playful attitude. And although Robert Wadlow had, replaced John Rogan as the world's tallest person, to this day, however, though, he is still the tallest African American to this very day.
Okay, Eileen, I am trying, like you suggested, to see if I can get us back on live. And
Okay.
Well, the tallest African American to this very day.
it looks like we're
Very
I am trying, like you suggested, to see if I can get us back on live. And
Sounds like it worked.
yeah, hang on a second. It looks like we're trying, like you suggested, to see if I can get us back on live.
Excuse me.
I'll be right back.
You good? You good, Eileen?
Yeah, it's getting up at 3 and 4 in the morning, not intentionally, but ever since I've moved here. But I think it's the I think it's just trying to get used to the different like temperatures in the house because it holds temperatures differently, things like that.
An EVP. There you go. That's our EVP for tonight.
Hey, Jill, are you still on? And if you are, or anybody really, if any of you guys have Instagram, can you go to Things Network on Instagram and see if we have a live video or not? Because
There's 4 people watching.
Right. And all of them are on the network page of Facebook. I'm really having my doubts with Instagram. I don't think it's going to work out very well.
Are you thinking the same way like you did with when we used to have, when at one point we had a video account, or?
Yeah, I think it's going to end up really being more trouble than it's worth, because not only do I have to do this whole thing, I have, after we go live here, I got to go to the Instagram website and go live there so that what's here ends up over there. And and plus it's only an hour long. Now, for some shows that wouldn't be an issue.
Yeah.
Oh,
But
that's thick.
you have to do the same thing that I'm doing. That's why I gave all the show hosts the information to get onto Instagram for that thing. And then there's something else that I also discovered, that if I log out of an account and then log into a different one, because I've got different accounts on Instagram. I've got the network page. I have my own personal one. I have one for things. I also have one for Lucy. If I log out and log into a new one, it logs me out of Facebook.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah, because they're owned by the same people. So that's something that they really need to figure out on their end. I think it's really going to end up being more trouble than it's worth.
Oh, excuse me again.
You'll be in bed early.
Yeah, like I said, it I don't know what it is. I mean, I used to stay up till midnight. It's hard after 8 o'clock all of a sudden.
Kitty's back. It looks like she's even telling you it's time for bed.
Yeah.
Yep. Oh, well.
It is what it is. I mean, there's not much you can really do if that's how Instagram's going to basically do things. Like when it comes to broadcasting, you can only stay on for an hour. I mean, there's not There's just not much you can really do about it, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can stop using them.
Yeah.
People stop using them. Oh, hey, we got something we need to fix so that people can people can keep using us.
Yeah.
But if
Exactly.
they want to do it, okay, not my
Yeah,
problem.
but
It's
on the
customers.
on the Facebook highlights, you got one that's Instagram and it'll play, but then it'll say click here to go to Instagram.
I
Then you
think
can watch.
I think it was a mistake when Facebook bought out Instagram and then integrated it. And like I said, just because I log out of an account to go into another one on one social media site does not mean I want to do the same thing on this one.
Yeah.
But it's whatever.
It is what it is.
Yeah. Oh, Nick, I finally finished that story today. The one that I've been working on for the last.
Oh, yeah, you did? Okay.
Finished it yesterday. Turned out I was wrong. There was more story to tell. I finished it up today.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah. So now I gotta find some new crap to write about tomorrow.
I get to see Santa tomorrow.
Are you going to be sitting on his lap?
I'm gonna be at home.
Damn it, Nick! You beat me.
on my property. We're having cookies with Santa.
Should be crushing his jingle bells.
Happy Santa feel healthy.
Does the cat get to be part of it too?
Is it going to be Santa that you're going to be seeing, Eileen?
No, not like that.
Sleigh. No, I was saying, Eileen, is the cat going to be part of seeing Santa too?
No, she's gonna stay here.
Yeah, kitty, kitty, kitty. Yeah.
Oh, now bring him his slippers.
There you go.
You know,
Look at her.
that also reminds me too, like when Kate, if only Kate was on, because since we were talking about cats earlier, if Kate was on right now, I know she'd be showing her cat. And Jeremy, you got to admit that cat of hers was also just as adorable, right?
I'm trying to remember.
She also has her own citizenship. She's got a passport.
Oh no, really?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that now that you said that, yeah, a cat had to have his own passport. Which surprised the hell out of me.
Yeah.
And it did not have to go into quarantine when it came into the country.
Yeah. I think she said that she got her. Actually, I think it was a female cat. I think she said she got her from Germany. I think it was Germany or the UK. It's one of the two.
She got her in Germany, I think, because she went from Germany to Italy and then came here.
Yeah. Oh wait, it might have actually been because she also lived in the Netherlands too.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean she had the cat.
Yeah, that's true. Joe's like, a cat needs his own page for traveling posts too. Kate, are you still here? I don't know if you're.
There you
I
There he
go.
goes again.
I don't know.
I'm back. So
I lost you again, Nick. I don't know if Kate's still on here. She hadn't said anything in the last 20 minutes.
Joe just said his PC updated and rebooted on him while he was watching.
Don't you just hate it when that happens?
I can't tell you.
His
I know
doesn't
you-
reboot; it just starts.
Yeah, you've had to do that, Nick. I've had to do that. I think all of us have had to do that at one time or another.
And your cat really wants attention tonight, Eileen. I guess she's trying to keep you awake.
No, you're not.
Yeah, it's like, hey, Eileen, wake up. You got a show to do. Or here's the thing. If Eileen decides to push the cat away from her, because she is doing the show, I know exactly what that cat would be saying to her.
Probably nothing
Nope.
nice. Because I
Nope.
pushed her away 4 or 5 times.
Nope, she would be saying, "You're a mean one, Eileen Grinch."
Actually, I was also thinking another thing that she's probably trying to tell you, Eileen, because she probably must have heard you say Illinois wrong. She's probably like, the S is silent. Say Illinois right.
Illinois, isn't it?
She's like, no, it's not. It's not.
Right, cat hair.
Making a page and channel for his dog soon. Joe's doing that.
There's a lot of people that have pages for their pets, and those pages just go viral sometimes.
They do.
Really?
There is one person, Nick. Do you remember Diane May?
Yeah, I remember Diane.
I don't know if she had him at the time that we had her on the show, but she's got this gorgeous little dog that she named Spencer, and he's like a an emotional support dog for her. And John Griffin has actually
Push it down, Tom.
has actually videoed this dog. They were at Wildwood, and Spencer was on the second floor, and John was down at the stairs, and he was shooting his camera up, and all of a sudden, Spencer just comes up to the edge of the stairs, and what he did was that he added a theme to Jaws on this thing, and then all of a sudden Spencer comes out like he's supposed to be this big bad shark. And I told Diane, I don't know if they did this, but I told them both, you have got to put that on TikTok. It will go viral.
Yeah.
I don't know if they ever did or not, but it was the best thing I'd ever seen.
She's so many cats showing up on the show, by the way. And that was real nice. We got to see her.
I still got another one. This is Loki.
Loki. Wait a minute. Loki's a black cat. That's bad luck.
Loki tricked us into thinking it was the other one that's floating around here. So this is the one my husband catnapped.
Jill, I do not have any pets.
Yeah, I wish I could get my cat involved. I know I'll just piss her off. So, all black is so pretty.
Is she there with you,
This
Nick?
one we thought. So my husband, when we were filming, I was out, filming. So my husband said he was going to go to the casino. Somehow or another, my door got open and my female cat was in heat. So she ran out because we couldn't get her into the vet to get her fixed right away. So about a week or so had passed. My husband calls me up and says, "Hey, I think I found Sierra." I was like, "Okay." He brings Sierra to my work. I was like, she's being super nice. That's not what Sierra does. She's very skittish. And so I was like, "Baby, this cat's a lot fatter than Sierra." "Oh no, it's Sierra. It's Sierra." "Okay, I'm at work. I'll deal with it later." I get home and my kids are playing with it on the bed. So I'm like, okay, regardless if it's Sierra or not, this cat's with us. My kids are playing with it. So cat jumps off the bed. Remember, I said my cat was in heat, right? So cat jumps off the bed. I told the kids to bring me the cat back. And I told Michael, I said, well, if you didn't understand that this cat doesn't have cross eyes like Sierra does, it doesn't have the white in the right spot like Sierra does, maybe the balls on it should have told you it wasn't Sierra. But then no one came looking for him, so we kept him. And then Sierra comes back a couple of days later.
Pregnant.
No, she wasn't. Luckily, she wasn't. But then we had a cat in heat and a male cat in the house. So we had to separate rooms until we could get them into the vet to get them fixed.
Wow. You could have had basically like your own cat. You could have had like your own cat shelter or something like that.
When I was younger, God,
hey, Rich.
Everywhere. I had tons of cats, but I still have a dog.
That
most
sounds
I
like what
had-
happened. Sounds like what happened in the Meet the Parents movie. The extra cat he found.
The most I
Ow!
had were 15.
I don't remember what it was. I remember when my first cat, my mom said I could go next door and get one of the kittens that was old enough to be away from mom. Couldn't decide between two, so I brought two home. Well, my mama couldn't really argue because she loved the next door neighbor and couldn't send the cat back. Well, then I ended up bringing in more and more. So finally, my mom made me sit outside of Rose's parking lot one time, giving away kittens. I had too many.
Jeez.
Joe, the
Pe-
eye patch is a thing in the past. I will not be wearing them anymore.
Oh, the eye patch.
And if I did have a talking bird, this is the kind that I would want. One that would be on my shoulder and reading as I'm writing my stuff so they can go, "Ah, that's the wrong adjective. You meant to have that character, not this one. Ah."
I could see that actually.
That would be funny, wouldn't
That
it?
would be.
I like those birds that dance and stuff. They're kind of
Yeah,
cool.
Actually, that's funny you brought that up because I remember, I think I was in middle school or high school, but we went to some shop or something. There was some parrot, and I still remember this like yesterday. My dad got this was back when iPhones were just coming out, so he was like the only one who. Oh, jeez. Oh yeah, I'm back. I saw I froze. He was like the only one who had an iPhone. He took his phone out and he played "What Is Love," that song from the early '90s from Hathaway, and the parrot who did say hello a few times when he played the song. the parrot just like started moving back and forth like it was dancing to the music. It was the funniest thing. We didn't all have iPhones back then, so we couldn't film it, unfortunately. This was like 2007, 2008. So it's the funniest thing I've ever seen a parrot do, dance to "What Is Love."
Be glad, Nick, that there was a time when there was no cell phones and people can take pictures of some of the stupid things that we have all done.
Yeah, but you couldn't transfer, like you couldn't put them on Facebook or anything.
Exactly.
That's the point. We didn't want what we did on social media.
Oh my God! If there was a
And now we live in an age where people don't give a damn about your privacy. If they want to take a video of you or a picture of you doing anything, they're going to do it. And they're going to post it for all to see.
They do.
Well, that's one
I
reason
saw
the
that
Ring
one.
cameras. What a lot of people don't realize about the Ring cameras is you are not supposed to even point them at your neighbor. Anything that'll show like your neighbor's front door.
Yeah.
Even though it's protecting your front door, if it can see a neighbor's front door, a neighbor can make you remove them because you're invading their privacy.
How would they know?
However, if my neighbor wants to fill my front door, please do. I want you to catch a burglar.
Yeah. I'd agree.
Well, what happens if? I mean, can I put a sign saying that correctly pronouncing Illinois in front of your door?
Nope. If you think about it, just say if you're sitting there filming like your front door and it captures your neighbors and your neighbor walks out thinking no one's watching real quick, grabs like the newspaper like at the front door, not too far out, you might see your neighbor naked.
I think something like that happened to Ernie one time.
Why am I not surprised with
Please
Ernie?
don't make me think about that. Please don't make me think about that.
I'm saying it's not.
Oh,
not
hey, Irene.
really when
Yeah,
Ernie. See, he was. I think he was taking pictures across the river, and somebody over there was naked?
Oh yeah, don't make me think about me naked, please.
No, that was his neighbor that saw that.
Oh
Yeah.
God.
Stories when it comes to stuff like that.
I saw my neighbor on the third floor across the way from me with binoculars.
Irene,
You don't want to know, Irene.
you don't. There
You
was
don't-
actually one time we saw some really funny show, like again several years ago. This was actually at a historic theater. It wasn't a theater, but it was also
I might
like
have
a
cat fight.
it was like a forest. It's called a you probably know
Hey!
this.
Hey,
You probably might know
Sorry.
this location, Tom. No, you might know this location, Tom. Is Peabody's Tomb in Maze Lake, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like a museum, but they have a theater there too. We saw a show there, which was really good. And after the show was over, we're standing outside the front of the building, because I was with my mom. We were with my mom's side of the family, and my brother and I just happened to be facing the doorway, and we see one of the cast members who we saw just minutes ago up on the stage. All he was running was just like wearing like a tank top and his boxers, and he's just running across the doorway. And I'm like, I turned to my brother, I'm like, did you just see that? He's like, yeah. And we were laughing so hard. I don't think it was so damn funny we saw that. Like, the hell's he doing? Thank God he wasn't fully naked though.
I'm sure my neighbors saw me naked a few times.
Well, we kind of saw that too after the first accident when we were trying to find the footage of your dash cam.
I don't know if I want to know.
Yeah, he had to show that to. He accidentally showed that to a few police officers.
Oh, the fun things that happen behind the scenes.
Oh, that's why he's walking funny and look at that truck and say that's his fault.
No, we were trying to get the dash cam footage, after we had the accident.
Oh, that was me. Yeah, testing the dash cam camera out to make sure it worked. And then I was in my underwear.
Yeah, we were trying to get the dash cam footage of the accident, and all we found was that footage. Like, I looked at it at first, I'm like, what the hell is this?
Oh my God. We never did find it, did we?
We never found that footage. We never did.
I put the card in a reader, and there's so much junk on that dash cam thing. I don't even know if I'll ever find it. But if I do, I'm going to show it to you because it shows inside and out. Yeah, it shows the inside and the outside at the same time. So to show our reactions, what we're actually doing, and the accident itself.
And you never found it.
We still haven't found it.
It's in one of the files. I mean, I'd have to sit there and go through every one of those naked pictures of me to see it.
Well, and when we were trying to show the footage to the officers, I mean, I had my laptop with me. I had my laptop because we thought we'd get a better picture. And when we tried doing that, we kept getting the same results now on a bigger screen.
Yeah, I can just about imagine.
No wonder I was found guilty. A truck and a car, and I got found guilty.
Irene's like, if I'm on a podcast, my husband walks in his underwear live and doesn't give a rat's arse about it.
Some people.
No.
Hey guys, these cats are still fighting. I'm gonna probably have to go to break up this fight, or somebody's gonna probably get blood.
That was during the pandemic. Everybody went and just put a shirt on, but they didn't put any pants on. During the pandemic when everybody was staying at home and no one ever dressed. They just put a shirt on. That's it.
Eileen, doesn't it only take like a minute though to break up a cat fight between at least between them?
This one I've been watching. I don't know. It's 3 of them. I don't know if I want to be in the middle of this one, and I have been. I'm watching them right now. Make see if they're gonna break it up.
Well, we only got a half hour left anyway before we got to end the show because we got that Myth of Mystery show coming on later on with Greg and Mary.
Oh yeah, yeah.
That's been a fun show. I've been liking that a lot.
Greg shows.
Oh, this is it's a different show. It's a
New show.
It's a new show. It's basically like our first game show we have on this.
Oh, is that on tonight too, or
right after this show?
Oh, I'll have to check it out.
Yep.
I was like you, Jeremy, except for viewing it. We described this was a show that I was kind of the guinea pig viewer when it was first being tried out, and
I was the actual guinea pig.
You were the actual guinea pig. I was just the guinea pig watcher. So, and I won. I actually won one of those games. And if you wonder what I won, Tom, it was supposed to be a date. It was supposed to be a date with Greg and his cat. So I had to go up on a date. Damn it! Oh, what did I get myself into?
I suggest
at least you got one pussy there.
What were you gonna say, Jeremy?
Uh-oh.
At least I got what? You said something, Jerry. I didn't hear it though.
No, he was the one that said it. He was the one that said it.
What were you trying to say?
I don't think you want to know, Nick.
You don't want to.
I'll tell you what. Go back to an hour 26 minutes and listen to what he said.
No, it wasn't what Tom said. You were going to say something too, but I didn't get to hear it though.
What I said was that originally it was a date with Greg. I suggested cuddle time with Linus.
Oh, with Linus, yeah.
That's what I said. I kept my comment clean. This guy did not.
Well, that's always a term for a cat.
You know, all out of water.
Yeah, I'm with you on
All
that.
right, I'm gonna jet out. They're starting to fight again now. Now they're around breakables. So.
Break? Oh no!
All right, so I'm gonna jet. Love ya.
All right, have a good night.
Take care, Eileen. Merry Christmas.
See you later.
Merry Christmas, Eileen.
Merry Christmas. Well, she went off fast.
She always does.
She kind of had to.
Yeah.
When you get 3 cats going at it, there can be some damage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially when she got stuff all over the house.
Didn't she say she had 5? She got 5 cats.
She had, I think she said 3.
3 and also a dog. 3 and also a dog.
3 of them were fighting. There were 3 of them fighting.
Is that you, Nick?
What?
I hear like a thumping sound.
Oh yeah, I was. They're just here, but it was just one I was trying to take out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. All these sips she's making.
No, that's me. I got a little water left.
There you go.
So what else is going on for your Christmas, Nick? You got what? 2 weeks off of work, right?
Yeah, currently. Although I am going to be working on Christmas Eve and the day before New Year's because, again,
okay.
I know I said this before. You get extra pay involved. I'm going to be dressing up, so it's also, even though it's some of the busiest days, it's also among some of the few days where it's actually fun to work. But other than that, though, I'm going to be. I really don't go back to work until after January 2nd. So I'm off. For like 2 weeks.
That milk money.
Need that what?
You need that milk money.
The milk money, yeah. I already had my Christmas party, Jill.
Yeah.
I was talking about it earlier when I said that Kate was supposed to come out originally. But as far as I know, I mean, for actual Christmas Day, we're having my Christmas Eve. My mom, aside from working, my mom and I are at least going to Christmas Mass at church, and we always watch this movie. What's that?
No, I said, is it the midnight mass?
No, we go this is 4 or 5 o'clock Mass. And
Oh, okay.
after that, and we've watched this movie every year, but sure as hell nowhere again as close as people do with Home Alone. Probably head home, watch It's a Wonderful Life, been a Christmas tradition film for over 15 years, if not more. And for the actual day of Christmas, we're having my mom's side of the family over. Usually we would go over to my aunt's house, but this time we're actually switching things because we used to host Thanksgiving, they hosted Christmas, but now we're doing the opposite. They hosted Thanksgiving, we're doing Christmas this time. So I'm looking forward to it. What about you?
Yeah, well, tomorrow I go in, and then I get off at 2:30, and then I don't go back with the kids until the 9th of January.
Wow.
The 8th, I got an instructional day. I got to go to a different school for a training day, and then back with the kids on the 9th. So I got a nice 2-week vacation.
Awesome.
With
so that makes 2 of us.
I got 2 doctor's appointments. I just went to the dentist yesterday. Yeah, so I'm pretty well just going to be lazing around, probably trying to get my house in order a little bit.
No, it's no big deal, Jill. Yeah, she said she missed it. Joe's got to still watch Black Christmas.
Oh, yeah.
I'll be watching the Santa Claus series on Christmas Day.
Yeah.
Jill says most of her family is going to be in LA, so it'll be just her
brother,
and her son coming over that day till New Year.
Yay.
Yeah.
I usually go to a movie during the holidays weekend, but I already saw Wonka, so I don't have to go and see anything. The only other thing, Wonka's awesome. Feel good movie. You'll laugh all the way through it.
There's 2 movies I'm trying to see right now, and I'm hoping to do this while I'm on break. There's that one, and I also got to see Godzilla -1.
Yeah, I think that's still in the theaters.
Yeah, Don told me that he already saw it, but he's willing to see it again if given the chance, if we want to go out and see it, because I've always been a big Godzilla fan, and and especially since it's being released by the original production company, Toho Company Limited. That's something I really want to see while it's in theaters.
They said that they have a shoestring budget on that one. It's not a very expensive movie.
It's getting really good reviews, though. I mean, both movies are. So watch all the holiday Christmas movies all day that day, even though I've already been watching all the holiday movies every day. Yeah, it's with Tim Allen in it.
Let's see. What do I usually watch? I watch It's a Wonderful Life. I'll watch Scrooge, the 1970 version of Scrooge, and probably Christmas Vacation, of course.
Christmas Story.
I usually don't watch that too much. Maybe if it's on, I'll watch it.
Yeah.
Has anybody seen the recent sequel to it?
I've been wanting to. I have not seen it, but from what I've heard, though, is that the fact that they got the same actor, Ralphie, now grown up after 40 years after the original one was made. I mean, from what I heard, it's definitely a much more worthier sequel than the 2012 one they made over 10 years ago.
Yeah, I think I saw that one. Wasn't it on one of the streaming channels, like Netflix or one of those?
It might have been, but Jeremy, you were going to ask something. Looked like you were going to ask something.
I don't know anything about a 2012 sequel. I know that there was a sequel made in the late 90s that wasn't a Christmas movie, but it was a direct sequel to the original.
So in 2012, they made what was simply called A Christmas Story 2. And from what I heard, it is absolutely terrible. It's got really little to nothing to do with the original one. Everyone is saying, do not see the sequel. It's bad. This one that came out last year stays true to the original because they got, Ralphie involved. And I think it's supposed to, from what I heard, is that even though it's a recent film,
I do see it.
I think the new one, is supposed to take place in the 70s this time compared to the original, which took place back in the 40s.
Yeah, I did think I seen that one. I did.
Yeah, I did hear about that one. Did you ever watch My Summer Story?
I have not, but I have heard about it though. I heard it's like a sequel because they got the narrator back.
Yeah, it is the original sequel to Christmas Story.
Yeah. Oh.
So it's almost like a trilogy at this point with this new one because you got Christmas Story, My Summer Story, and this one.
All that ignores Summer Story and Christmas Story too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Well, it
like
wasn't any.
on everything.
It was a year ago. They had Christmas Story live on TV.
Yeah, they did.
Now,
did you guys?
Here's something that I recommend. I just watched it over the weekend. This movie right here.
I heard the bells. Okay.
Yeah. So remember that Christmas song that we did? I heard the bells on Christmas Day.
Yes, I do. I have it on my Christmas music list.
Yeah. So this movie here is actually about what led to the writing of that original poem.
Oh.
Is called Christmas Bells, and they later took that poem, put music to it, and that's where I Heard the Bells on Christmas Day, the original song, came from. But the version that we did was the completely redone version where the guy took 4 different stanzas from that poem and rearranged them. And
that's correct.
The way that he did it, to me, is the quintessential Christmas song out of everything.
Huh.
Because to me, it completely embodies what Christmas is supposed to be about.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Did you guys know, by the way, because some people know this, others don't, and this also goes back to the movie Christmas Story. Well, did you guys know that Jack Nicholson was originally supposed to play the father in that movie?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's funny to think, but they actually. So it says here that the role of Mr. Parker,
Gene Hackman too.
Yeah, well, it says for at least Jack that the role of Mr. Parker, Ralphie's father, was originally offered to Jack Nicholson, who reportedly was interested in playing the part. Director Clark, however, lobbied hard for Darren McGavin. The producers, worried about Nicholson's typically large salary request, eventually approved McGowan. And, I don't know. I kind of did picture what it would have looked like if Jack Nicholson took that role.
It would have been a completely different movie than what it
I don't think he'd be as funny as Darren McGavin is. I think he'd be a lot more serious.
Until he comes up from the basement and goes, "Here's Santa."
That was like 3 years after.
Nicholson would have been like when he unboxed that leg lamp.
Yeah.
No.
How many of those leg lamps did you see in that store across from the Christmas Story house? Remember that?
There was so many, and we have one of those. We have a leg lamp.
And then they had the Nightmare Before Christmas in there too.
Yes, they did. They made a Nightmare Before Christmas style leg lamp.
I've got a small version of that leg lamp.
So here's some other cool stuff because I found this on there's actually a website for a Christmas Story. So I'll just read 2 other ones. So another trivia fact: director Bob Clark, turns out he actually has a brief cameo appearance as Swede, the Parker family's dim-witted neighbor with a southern accent who stops to marvel at the leg lamp from across the street. Yeah, that was the director, a cameo. And also, because some people are always wondering, like that famous scene when that kid puts his tongue on the flagpole So how that really occurred, the actual effect behind it was that for the scene in which Flick's tongue sticks to the flagpole, a hidden suction tube was used to safely create the illusion that his tongue had frozen to the metal.
Yeah.
The way they did that scene was really, really good.
Yeah.
Gene Shepard, the guy that wrote the original stories that became A Christmas Story. This guy is a genius because he actually got a book that was never written on the New York Times bestseller list.
Wow. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. He was apparently annoyed with how the bestseller list did their list. So somehow he created this book called I Liberty.
Wow.
It was never written. There was never anything to it. And he somehow promoted it to the point where it ended up on the New York best time seller list.
Wow.
That's incredible.
Yeah. Hey, Nick, did you know that they had a little thing set up for like a Christmas story with Ralphie and a couple of the characters from the thing up in Lake County?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
That's the other thing too. People thought, and for the longest time thought, because the story took place I think it's worth bringing up. People thought for many years that the actual house was located in Indiana because it took place in Indiana. In fact, no, it's actually in Ohio. Film takes place in Indiana, but in reality, it was. And I thought it's probably, since we're talking about this, I thought it was important to show this picture. Obviously,
oh no. During the pandemic, of course.
It was one of the few times during the height of the pandemic, that was one of our very few road trips of 2020.
You got the lamp in the window. That's good. Well, Sean took that picture, right?
Sean Gilmore, yeah, he took it. We met up with him, and I don't know what it is, but this picture, even though it's on the Christmas Story house property, I always saw it as like a very professional ghost hunting picture, especially with the black and white. We're standing like at an old house or something.
Yeah.
There's just something so special about this picture and professional about it. I just like it so much.
I know.
It's a small house.
It is. Well, at least we got to go in the backyard, even though we couldn't get a tour of the house, but we got to go in the backyard and see that. And then we walked over to the neighbor's house. What did he used to call the dog? Crumpus or
no? They
something
had a whole bunch of dogs. There was more than one dog.
The one dog that came and stole the turkey. He called the Bumpkus house. That's what it was.
They had a whole bunch of dogs.
They called it the Bumpkus house. Oh. Yeah. Hi.
Behind you, Tom. You got something on screensaver on whatever it is behind you.
Oh, it's an Alexa.
Oh, that's my Alexa. Yeah, I kind of turned the camera because I'm kind of my back was hurting, leaning forward, so I decided to lay down. You can see my pirate over here. You see the pirate?
You know what's funny too? One other thing about the Christmas Story house, and Tom, you and I discovered this too. I think Sean was the one who told. It was either Sean or Mike Rickseger who told us this. That, believe it or not, because obviously with it being a historic house and the history more than just the movie itself, but the Christmas Story house is also rumored to be haunted. Apparently.
Well, they were telling us that in the gift shop.
Yeah, that there's like paranormal activity that occurs in the house too.
Because you had the paranormal thing on, so they pointed it at, and he said, that the house was haunted also.
I think they even said that they've even allowed a few investigations in the house, like on a few occasions. Not commonly, but
no, you could rent the whole place.
Yeah,
you could rent the place and stay overnight and in the house.
Be awesome. That would be awesome if we ever got that opportunity.
Okay, there's a reason why the story is set in Indiana, because the writer used to live in Indiana.
Right. Jill brought up another good.
Born, let's see. Okay, he was born in Chicago, but I guess his
Oh.
childhood home was in Hammond, Indiana.
Yeah.
I've been through Hammond a few times. I think we've probably been not far from it a few times when we passed through Indiana.
Yeah.
Tom.
We run through there.
Yeah, there we go. That's what I meant to say.
Home in
National
Indiana,
Lampoon's Christmas
which is
Vacation.
where the story is set, is based on Hammond.
Oh wow. Is that where the story was in Hammond, Indiana?
Yeah, it takes place in Indiana, and that's where a lot of people thought. Even my, you know what? I'll even tell. Even my parents and Danny, they all thought the house was in Indiana too. I was like, no, it's out. No, it's a state away. It's in Ohio.
And you got the proof.
Got the proof. And
Yeah.
I even said, and I remember when and not only did we visit the Christmas Story house, we weren't also able to go in there either. But we also not far from there was also Franklin Castle.
The Franklin Castle, yeah. I've been there a few times.
Yep, in Helltown, Ohio, at Mansfield, of course. Wisner Road, where supposedly the Melonheads are said to
Oh
live,
my
but-
God. Oh my God. That
I found out
was
why it was. I found out finally why that area was fenced off. Because remember when we got there and there was like that
Yeah.
big gate that was closed? I'm like, the hell is this? I didn't remember seeing this before. I was there. There was a gate. I thought originally that they were just keeping it up so thrill seekers and ghost hunters couldn't go out there anymore. I found out there was actually a much more legitimate reason why. It's not because of any of that. That bridge that supposedly crosses the creek, like which is also a crybaby bridge, it turned out the bridge had been washed away. So
well, you know what? That's what it said on the sign: road closed, bridge out.
I didn't see the bridge out part. At least
It was like it was like right next to where it says road closed.
I just saw it as saying
Well,
road closed.
Well, you know, I was driving, so I was a little more observant, I guess.
You know what? I was filming live because I was like answering people's questions when they were because they no one's ever heard of these melon heads before, which is like a lesser known type of cryptid. So
oh, that's right. You were doing that whole live thing going down that road too.
Because I was hoping to try to get if we encountered melon heads, then I would capture something on film.
Yeah,
I always do this because we don't get very many opportunities to do cryptid investigations. So I wanted to make sure the camera was on when we were visiting at all times.
Then we stopped at that zoo.
Yeah, we did the zoo. That was on the way back.
Yeah, that eagle in that cage there. It was like checking you out.
Yeah, the eagle. Yeah, melon heads. They
Yeah.
look like lemon heads. What's up, Chris? Oh, apparently Joe's granddaughter wants to tag along on the investigation.
How old is the granddaughter?
Yeah, that's makes me wonder. Yeah, that was such a disaster. And then even after a while, when we were on that road, I started getting kind of nervous because we passed those houses first, and I just knew that some of those guys that were out there were the typical backwoods guys who could meet you out there with a shotgun. I was scared a shotgun was going to come up.
I know. I remember.
12, almost 13.
Honestly, I wouldn't recommend it, Joe. It's very
sensitive.
if you're doing a residential. Now, if you were doing like a public location, yeah, that'd be fine. But I would be extremely careful when it comes to doing residentials.
Especially the first time going there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She would have to, of course, understand too that when it comes to these residentials, I mean, this is where things get really serious. It's not. I mean, ghost hunting is fun and all at times, but when you're going to a residential location, we're not here to just have. We're not here to really have fun. We're actually here trying to help somebody who's got a problem in their home. So, I probably had said this one time, but believe it or not, and I think I still have this interview somewhere on my computer. Ed Warren at one time said back in the early 80s before he passed away that when we go on these residential locations, we're very much like the police in a way. Very much like the police when somebody's calling for help or something and they need something done, and the police come and investigate the case. Very similar to what we're doing too, except not from a law enforcement degree or no crime degree. We're still, however, helping that individual or family to take care of the problem.
I'm sure we're gonna have to sign some sort of release, to go into a person's house. I mean, we got to protect ourselves too.
What's that, Jeremy?
Already have all that.
Yeah, I got all of it. Jeremy sent me PDF files. I got to still print. I mean, I know it's still early, but I will be printing those out. I also do have a list of, because I was actually wondering, because there was another residential case that Jeremy spoke to me about, which Jeremy, I'm going to get back to you on that real soon. In Aurora.
That's in the past.
It's in the past now? Okay. Okay,
Yeah.
well.
Don't worry about that one.
Well, anyways, what I was going to say though was, because this one up in Wisconsin is truly the first residential investigation that we're going to be involved with within several years. And
Yeah.
I remember like when you talked to me about the Aurora one, Jeremy, I'll be honest, I was a little bit nervous knowing that I was probably going to have to run this as a chapter. I didn't know exactly when it came to questions, because there's a lot of questions involved. But as soon as you sent me that list for the one up in Wisconsin, I was like, oh, thank God, because this will not only help, this family, it will help me out, because I didn't know if I had to write a whole bunch of questions down. So you kind of saved me from that worry. So thank you.
Well, if we're taking pictures and videos of people's homes, we're going to definitely have to get some kind of an agreement signed.
Yes.
And especially if they want to be interviewed or whatever.
It's all on the contracts that Jeremy sent me.
In that agreement.
Jeremy,
okay.
Tom, next time when you're over here, whether it's before, like prior to the investigation, like a few days prior, I'll show you with what I got.
Well, Nick, I could come over any day,
Any day, yeah, exactly. That's what I mean. Next time I have you over, whenever, I could show you what I'm talking, what Jeremy sent me.
Because we could film it like a documentary going in too, and then interview them to find out their perspective and then our perspective, of course, and then that'll give us something tangible to hold on to, especially if something happens too.
Right. That's why I said too that I'm hoping, even though he's not fully into the paranormal, that's what I'm hoping. Don will hopefully be able to go, because even though he's not into this stuff as much as we are, he's good at camera work though, so he can at least take care of the camera work.
Okay.
We need to start wrapping up, because the new show starts in 5 minutes.
Yeah,
okay.
I've been keeping an eye on the time.
Yeah.
Well, let's end the show by wishing everybody Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays. Feliz Navidad.
Feliz Navidad. We are supposed to have Denny Murray on the show. He is Adrian's mentor, but because of Adrian's work schedule right now, I sent her a message already to ask if maybe we want to reschedule him so that she can actually be here on the show.
Oh, of course. Yeah, that'll be great.
Yeah. So we're gonna see what happens here. I know she'll respond at least by tomorrow morning.
Okay.
Tomorrow on 13th Dimension. It wasn't planned until yesterday. No,
Tuesday, because you were talking about it Tuesday.
Tuesday. I'm gonna do a Christmas episode of 13th Dimension, and it's pretty much open to anybody that wants to come on. We're talk for an hour about, hey, what do you do for Christmas? I already know that Jill is planning on being on. I know a couple other people have expressed interest, but I haven't really confirmed. So I'm
not doing nothing tomorrow. So
I was going to say I can come on too. I think Kate also said that she was interested in wanting to come on too.
Yeah. Yeah, but nobody's actually confirmed except for Jill. So
okay.
But yeah, we'll just be an hour-long show. Talk about Christmas this, Christmas that, Christmas there, and everywhere. Yo.
Nick, you can look up some.
That's a good way to end it.
You can look up some of the Christmas legends, Nick.
Oh, Chris is going to be in the hospital tomorrow night.
Oh, why is that?
You okay, Chris?
As far as some of the Christmas legends, I am going to be doing a replay of the original Christmas special of 13th Dimension myself, Scott.
Yes.
So I will be replaying that on Things Network, Christmas Eve and Christmas
Ooh.
Day. Ooh,
A
Cool.
stent in this. What is that? I've never heard of that before. What is a stent in the heart?
it's something.
It's to open up the valves.
Yeah. It's more. I think it's more closely related to if somebody is having blood clot issues.
Okay, that makes sense.
Actually, I think Scott had that done.
Scotty or Scott Smith?
Smith.
Oh yeah, see, you're right. I keep the valves open. His arteries 90% blocked.
Yeah, then they would do a stent. Yeah, that opens up the blood flow. I know that from working in a hospital for 22 years.
So I'm gonna play the original Christmas special on Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. So
That'll be fun.
So we're gonna have a triple header of 13th Dimension this weekend.
You know, I just
Yeah.
thought it's too bad we can't do this for the network. Like after that special, you know, it would be cool to like, you know, have something run on the Things Network for Christmas Day. It's too bad we can't have like our own Yule log with Christmas music play. It'd be awesome, but then you got to worry about the copy. You'd have to worry about the copyright then. Like it would be cool if it was a Yule log and the top of it would say like Merry Christmas from Things Network. That'd be awesome, but
You could do one on your channel.
I just did a Merry Christmas from the Things Network on TikTok.
oh, okay.
Okay.
And I'll be putting that on the message Christmas morning. And I am also thinking about playing that Christmas song that we did for Christmas as well.
That'd be awesome. Real quick too, because I know we just got another minute or two. One other quick announcement, because I'd like to start making this public, and this is a little nightmare before Christmas, if you will. Jeremy, Tom, you guys are part of it, but I also would like to make a quick announcement that I've officially started a new production company, which is called Scary Stories Productions. It is not. It's not meant to be like a network like this where we got different shows. This is basically where all current as well as past and future audiobook projects will be produced. So this is the official logo of it. I'm very impressed with how I put it together, but we are now officially open, though the actual page is for like staff and volunteer members only, which is why it will be in connection with the Scary Stories Presented in the Dark page. So productions page is the private one. The Presented in the Dark one is the public one. So all productions will go through the Scary Stories.
How you did the artwork with your picture.
Oh, yeah, with that?
It makes it look very much like it came from the original stories.
Exactly. I found an effect. I was looking up because I was always so determined because I wanted to have my own. It's like with me with my Scary Stories host and also my fascination with them, and especially the illustrations. For years, not only did I only want to eventually have my own drawing, you could essentially say I wanted to become a drawing myself. So I went online and see if there was like a charcoal effect. It took me a couple hours and I came across a website where you could do that with a photograph. It may not be fully, but it had that look. Unfortunately, actually downloading it, you had to pay for it. So what I actually did instead was I took a snapshot of it, like literally perfectly, and that's how I got the image.
Okay.
The rest of the art was actually like what, Tom?
You use the same font as the original books too on Scary Stories.
I wanted to basically make it almost exactly the same way. Although aside from the picture and the charcoal art, the rest of this, the art as well as the font, that was all made on Word. So I used page borders and stuff. I mean, I wanted to make it literally identical to the book. So The rest of it was WPS. The rest of it was made on Microsoft.
I gotcha.
Oh, don't even start, Chris. The beef stick. Thank God Jan's not here.
We are actually over time, so we
Okay.
need.
We got it going.
Yeah. So once again, tomorrow we'll be doing the 13th Dimension Christmas special. Pretty excited about that. And next week we are supposed to have Denny Murray on the show, but we're gonna find out for sure from Adrian hopefully tomorrow. So in the meantime, thank you guys for playing along. It's been a good show, and if we don't see you until afterwards, you guys have a Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, everyone.
Merry Christmas, everyone.
Happy holidays.
Yeah.